In order for us to present the message of Jesus Christ effectively, we must make it personal. In Mark 5:19 and 20, the demoniac whom Jesus had healed offered to go with the Lord in his further travels. But Jesus said to him, "No, you go home and tell your own relatives and friends what great things the Lord has done for you and how he's had mercy on you." And so in Mark 5:20, that's what the man did. And throughout that region, the Decapolis, the 10 cities, so many heard and were astonished at the greatness of God because it was personal. Barbara Glanz is a motivational speaker. And on one occasion, she made a presentation to 3,000 employees of a large Midwest supermarket chain. And she emphasized the idea of adding your personal signature to every act of service that you provide. One young man who was in the audience, named Johnny, called her later and said, "I'm so thankful for the message you gave, and I want to tell you how I put it into practice." Well, it turns out that Johnny is a bagger in a grocery store that's part of that national chain. And what he did was to go home and ask his father, "Would you show me how to type on the computer?" And so he would choose every day a thought for the day. And with his father's help, they would print and cut and produce 200 copies of that slogan or phrase. And then the next day, when Johnny went to the store to bag groceries, in every sack with the food, he would place this little piece of paper with the thought for the day. Well, it wasn't long until the checkout line where Johnny was bagging was 3 times as long as the others. And a manager called for help. "We need to offer more lanes." But the customers who were waiting said, "No, you don't understand. We want to be in this line because we want to get Johnny's thought for the day." One woman remarked that whereas she used to go to that store once a week to shop, now, whenever she was in the neighborhood, she would stop in just for the purpose of getting Johnny's message placed in the bag. Well, the idea became contagious in that very store, so that the people working in the flower department, if they had a corsage or another flower that perhaps fell to the ground or couldn't be sold for whatever reason, instead of throwing it away, they would take it to some customer, some sweet lady in the store, tap her on the shoulder and say, "Here, we'd like for you to have this." The manager of this store contacted that motivational speaker that put out this idea of your personal signature and said to that speaker, "Who do you think is the most important, valuable employee in our store?" "It's Johnny." And what makes the story even more remarkable is that Johnny has Down's syndrome. Offering service and making it personal, telling others about Jesus doesn't require a great level of education or talent or skill, but rather the desire to take what God has given us to share with others and find a way to put our own signature on it, to make it personal, because it comes through us and our relationship with Him. One idea is to make a card like this one, which simply says to a person that offers some kind of service, "Thank you for your care." It might be someone that does something for you, or perhaps you witness an act towards someone else that reflects kindness. "I just want to thank you for your care." And then on the back of this card that I made, it says, "God cares about you, and so do I. Can we get together and talk about Him?" And I created a special email address, solidfaith@outlook.com, so that one could get back in touch And in that way, I didn't need to give away any private or personal information, but rather an avenue to continue and seek the opportunity to talk about the good news of Jesus Christ. Not all of us will do that in the same way. Each person is unique. But why don't you find some method, some tool, some means to take the message of Jesus Christ that you're so eager to share with others and make it personal?